Stop overthinking everything. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The only reason why I know this is because I've been guilty of it myself. We're all human. And really, if you think about it, the only reason why we've able to survive as a species for this long is because we think a lot about everything. We have to analyze the situation. We need to evaluate it, make sure it's safe before we decide to proceed. Otherwise, if we just did everything blindly without thinking about it, there's a good chance we'd probably run into danger more often than not and just be dead. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that we think about every possible scenario until we're 100% sure that it's going to work out before we decide to take action. Life isn't binary. There's so many things that can happen that are outside of our control. You can all of a sudden lose the ability to walk or to see or to hear or to talk. Or one day you're just going to have a health situation that's going to prevent you from, being able to enjoy the foods that you like or what have you. Or one day, let's just imagine you decided, I'm going to go, even something as simple as, tomorrow I want to make pizza. And then you had the date planned, let's say, and then you go to the grocery store. It turns out they don't have any of the ingredients available to make that pizza. And so the same applies for anything else, right? You see that cute girl that you want to talk to, stop waiting or thinking in your mind, I need to find the right thing to say. I need to make sure everything's proper. I need to make sure the whole situation's perfect before I then go talk to her. Because by the time you've decided that, more often than not, you're probably not going to do it. And second of all, she might already be gone by the time you decide you're going to muster up the courage to go up to her and talk to her, right? Same applies for everything else in life. You want that job? Don't wait until you have that perfect moment. Once I have all the skills ready, then I will apply. Apply anyways. Now, of course, within reason. Obviously, if you're completely unqualified, in other words, you have zero skills, then don't apply. But if you think that you're underqualified, but you actually have been working in the industry for a while, or you have a certain amount of experience, it's always worth it just to give it a shot. Worst case is they don't respond to you, nothing happens, and you move on, right? And given that the unpredictability of life and the fact that no matter what happens, no matter how much we want to think about every single situation, that something can always get in the way of your progress, that also then means that the longer you wait, the more opportunities will pass you by. And no amount of thinking about anything replaces taking action. That's how we learn. Imagine if you were a baby and you were trying to walk. And instead of actually trying to walk, you just thought about walking. And that's all you ever did. Let's say you thought for an entire year. Do you think after a year of thinking about walking that you're eventually going to figure out walking? Or you watch a bunch of videos? Obviously, you're a baby, you're not going to understand videos and whatnot, but you get the point. I've been very guilty of it myself. I know lots of guys that do the same thing. I want to start this business. I want to start this thing. I want to do that thing. And you're just watching a bunch of YouTube. You're just reading a bunch of books. You're just, You're just nonstop consuming information, absorbing information, and putting none of it into practice. Think about it for yourself. Whatever you've been planning on working on, how long has it been since you first thought about it and since you actually took action? I can tell you from experience, there's been times where, I hate to say it, but there's things where I wish I had done 10 years ago and I only started doing them now. One of those was letting go of all my old friends, my old network, and moving and branching out and trying to make a new network. Thankfully, I've built that now. I still need to continue to build it. Something I wish I had done 10 years ago. But I'm glad I did it now. Because if I waited, they always say the next best time was yesterday, and the second best time is now. And so, yeah, I might have been late, but I'm still glad I did it. Because if I didn't, I'll wait another year, another 2 years, another 5 years, another 10 years. Next thing you know, all that time passes through, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I haven't done anything. And to make it even worse, if I hadn't have done that, I'd been stuck with my old friends. I'd be stuck in the same situation that I was, and I would just, and that's how we always get ourselves in the situation, right? We feel a certain way. We beat ourselves up over, oh, well, I didn't do this. Well, what about just thinking about, okay, well, I didn't do it, but now I can do it. Right? Stop focusing on what I wish I did or I should have done, because what you should have done or what you could have done, that's in the past. We can't change that anymore. So let's focus on what we can do, and that's taking action now. And that means no overthinking things, none of this premature optimization nonsense, right? None of this, I'll wait until the conditions are perfect. Because even if the conditions are perfect and then you do it, it's still, there's a possibility that it won't work out for various reasons. So I don't want you to live the next portions of your life, the next chapters of your life, say 10 years from now, even 5 years from now, and then thinking to yourself, man, why didn't I do that? Right? And I can't even say, I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel almost probably at least 5 years ago. But thankfully, I met action takers, met people that took action all the time. They don't overthink. They took action. They just always take action. And they kept pushing me. They said, like, just do it. Stop worrying about it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Stop worrying about it. Your first 100 videos or whatever, they're not going to be any good anyways. And they're right. I don't have any experience. What am I thinking about? Oh, well, wait. I was, in my mind, I was saying, oh, well, wait until I have like the perfect topic to talk about. Oh, wait until I have the perfect equipment. Wait until this. Wait. I'm like thinking about all these things. And then sure enough, I didn't take any action on anything because I was just paralyzing myself with all this overthinking. And now that I'm around people that just take action and I see the results of that, I get it now. And that's always been my problem. My problem has been I overthink everything. All right. But again, everything requires a balance. That doesn't mean you just don't think about anything at all. Like, don't go full retard in either way. All right? Don't overthink everything, but also don't not think about anything, because that's how you get in trouble too. I know people that do that. They don't think about anything, and they just go with the flow, or they just kind of on a whim. You know, there's a difference between trusting your gut and just doing it. Trusting your gut usually comes from experience. Versus if you encounter a situation which you've never had any experience before and you trust your gut, I wouldn't consider that trusting your gut. I would just say that that's just blind faith going in and just taking action for no other reason than you just are an action taker, right? Be there's a careful balance. You'll learn to know when to trust your gut when you're overthinking and when you're underthinking. The more you take action. And also, a lot of times the reason why we don't take action is we're afraid. We're afraid of failure. We're afraid what happens if I do it and it doesn't work out. And that's a very real possibility. But one thing that's guaranteed is if you don't ever do it, it also will not work out. Now, of course, you can make the argument that if you do it and it doesn't work out, you lose time. If you don't do it, you save that time. But what else are you going to be doing with that time? Because you've been thinking about it for a while. So are you going to continue to keep thinking about it? Right? Chances are, if it's something that you've been thinking about for a very, very long time, it's about time you do it. Because it ain't going to get any easier. It ain't going to get any better. You're not going to get any younger. And the more you think about it, the more you will just think yourself out of doing it. And so I want to send that message to you because it's something that I'm continually always working on daily, and it helps a lot if you have people around you holding you accountable to tell you, just do it. Literally just do it. Like even Nike, just do it. Just do it. And that's the only thing I wanted to leave with you is just do it. Stop overthinking it. I look forward to seeing whatever actions you're about to take today and tomorrow and the next year. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Leave me any comments. You got any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. I look forward to all you action takers. Do it now.